Hello, everybody. I want to talk to you about a very, very important subject, and I feel that this subject is extremely important for many, many reasons. And that subject is the doingness of life without the beingness of life. See, we have in our society the do syndrome without being, which ends up where you end up with a pile of doo-doo, as Conversations with God says. And what I notice is that we end up going through life doing and doing and doing, and we have all these emotions that are bubbled up inside our solar plexus, our sacral chakra, and we want to process all this information. Our mind is racing, and we react to every little thing that is happening around us. If a little bug or butterfly passes by, if a little phone rings, if a little door shuts, if somebody walks by, we react and we kind of flinch and we get scared, and we just kind of react to everything. We become so external that we lose ourselves and getting present and feeling our energy and our presence while we take action. And then what happens is that we end up rushing. We end up being on the go. We end up having anxiety. We end up feeling tense. We lose our sense of awareness, where we do what makes sense and we do what's connected, what our soul tells us to do. We use our intuition. We are guided. We are making logical and rational choices in the present moment because we're present enough with what is the priority in that moment, and our mind is not somewhere else other than what is in this moment. So why is that so important? Why is it so important to learn to become center, to learn to process your emotions, to learn to identify your emotions, and not to be on the go, watch TV and get distracted, or overeat, or have conversation where you should be really paying attention to what you feel? Why is that so important, guys? Why? I'll tell you why. Back in 2007, in January, I was kind of getting into a not so fun situation. I even prefer not to say what it was, but it caused injury, and and I noticed that because of that, I have not been the same physically. So what that tells me is that at that moment I was not listening. I was not present, and I wasn't. I had all these emotions wolvering around my sacral chakra, my solar plexus. I wasn't processing things. I stayed up all night. I was tired, and I didn't honor that. And therefore, I went with what I did, and boom, something dramatic happened, something that affected me, something that injured me. And so the reason why I'm saying this to you guys is because you can avoid a lot of drama that happens in your life. You can prevent it. You can actually negate it. You can make it disappear when you start processing your emotions and becoming more present with how you feel and stop rushing through life. And that's a priority. And yes, I know we all have bills to pay. We all have responsibilities. However, I'm telling you right now that you'll become dysfunctional and you'll become overconsumed by your emotions if you don't process them. Let me give you an example of what I mean by that. Let's say you go to work and you made $4,000 a month, just like an example, or even $10,000 a month, and you say, "Oh, I'm fine. I'm making $10,000 a month. There's nothing wrong with me, and I'm going to continue to eat my microwave food, and I'm going to continue to watch TV." Okay, well, you think on the surface there's nothing wrong with it, but you know what happens underneath is that those emotions are trying to you're trying to compensate for those emotions, and you actually basically manifest situations in your life that will actually cover up. It will actually make you become even more overconsumed and more preoccupied, so you don't process your emotions. Meaning, you made $10,000 a month, but at least 95% of that had to go to bills that you paid from not being conscious of how you feel and how things are feeling in certain situations just popped themselves and occurred that actually took that money away from you. And so it's sucking your energy right out, which means all your energy is put back into that place of where you were before you had that $10,000. So in essence, you are keep over consuming energetically, which manifests itself physically, if that makes sense. So we keep distracting ourselves and getting over occupied. Okay? So what I highly suggest for everyone to do in the world, for us to become more conscious and more centered, is to start processing our emotions. Take every day an hour a day to just be completely silent. Be away from noise as much as possible. I mean that literally. Connect with the earth. Let your mind unwind. Let it become quiet and still. Feel how you're feeling. Practice to feel what's going on inside you. Practice to just notice things, to observe things. Become present. Become centered. Become one. And the more you practice being present, okay, the more you feel how you feel and process it, I promise you, your life will become more harmonious. Everything will become more aligned. You'll be able to listen to things better. Notice when things happen before they happen. Notice when they're about to happen. Notice being able to make wiser decisions and move forward effectively with your life and be a true contributor to the world. We can only contribute to the world when we have peace inside and out, and we can stay grounded and centered. Alright guys, namaste. I appreciate you again for listening. Please share this message. I feel this is one of the most important message that I have, a practical message to share with people to help us make the world a better place for everybody. So namaste, and I look forward to talking to you again soon. Bye.